Hello everyone, Dark Blaine here, back playing some more AFK Arena. And in this video, I want to look at the dimensionals. I want to look at their engraving system abilities. I just want to see if there's any dimensionals that have any good engraving abilities, I guess. So let's get on with the video. Okay, I'm going to go over to the portraits, because on this account I do not have any dimensionals, so I'll have to go over to the portraits area if I want to look at the dimensionals, which are all the way at the bottom. There they are. Okay, so the engraving system only affects these two skills, I believe, so I'll be looking at these two skills as well. So, well, first I'm going to look at Nakuburu, since she's the first dimensional that was on the list here. She was not the first dimensional released, but she's the first dimensional on the list. So I'm going to look at her engraving system here. I'm going to start with this skill here. With this one, it enhances the ability Shikikapu Etu. Damage is increased to 240%. So let's just look at the ability here. Is the ability here. It looks like originally it does 220 here, and yeah, none of the level 2 or level 3 abilities do anything with it. So if I go back here, increase to 240%, it's only a 20% increase. It's not really that much of an increase here, but it does look like it gives life leech for each star after 1 star here. Let's look at this ability. Yeah, with this one, even 4 and 5 star gives some life leech, it looks like. And then this one enhances the ability Kamui Musubi. Damage is increased to 330%. So if I look at that ability, it looks like it said 330%, so I'm thinking it's this one. It increases it from 280% to 330, or it might be a 10% increase here if these ones are talking about this ability. It looks like, yeah, it looks like with level 2 it increases to 300, and then at level 3 it increases to 320. And with the engraving, it looks like it only increases about 10% at 330. So yeah, again, not that much of an increase there. Go back to Nakuburu there. Let's look at it again. Yeah, only increases it 10% from level 3. So yeah, that one's not a big increase either. Let's look at the Endeavor here. This one's really just for PvP. Increases this by 16.67, and it also increases attack by 10%. I believe this might be attack speed. I'm not quite sure. So yeah, this sounds like a reasonable increase, I guess, for PvP. But overall, though, these two abilities don't really increase that much. I feel the internal engravings isn't really meant to provide a game-changing attribute to any of the heroes here. Even though with how many resources it takes to upgrade the internal engravings, I feel like they should add game-changing attributes if they want to keep the prices the same. I feel like they should make these attributes way more powerful than they are now. So yeah, overall Nakuburu doesn't really look like it's going to provide anything special for her. So let's move on to Arthur. Let's see what Arthur has here for the engraving. And let's see what this ability. This one is for King's Blessing. Enhance the ability King's Blessing. Damage is increased to 240%. So, if I go to King's Blessing here, it looks like deals 220% damage initially. And it looks like level 2 and level 3 are just for the shield. So it looks like it's just increasing it by the damage by 20%. Which again, like Nakuburu, doesn't sound like it's gonna be that much of a game changer. Only 20% increase. Let's look at the stars here. Looks like it increases accuracy for each star here. And yeah, accuracy here as well. And the Shield of Honor. Enhance the ability Shield of Honor. Critical strikes that strike Arthur face on deal 30% less damage to him, and the amount of damage that is reduced is dealt back to the attacker. Okay, this one sounds like a pretty good ability here. So, the critical strikes that strike Arthur face on deal 30% less damage, which is honestly quite a bit of damage, quite a bit of less damage dealt to him. And the amount of damage that is reduced is also dealt back to the attacker, so it's dealing extra damage, which you can never go wrong with extra damage here. I feel like the Shield of Honor, this ability added to the Shield of Honor will be very good. And the Shield of Honor attacks that strike Arthur face on deal 50% less damage to him. So, yeah, I believe it said critical strikes. So he's able to. So this ability is able now to not only take regular attacks, but it's able to take critical strike damage away from Arthur, which sounds that sounds like a really good ability. Yeah, critical strikes. Let's move on to Arthur's Endeavor here. So it looks like it increases accuracy by 55.56 and also increases attack by 10%. So yeah, the accuracy boost sounds like quite a bit buff in accuracy. And also again, like Nakuburu, increases the attack by 10%, so just a little bit of extra damage there. Overall, Arthur's Shield of Honor one here looks pretty good. Let's move on to Yukio. Since Yukio isn't really used that much, I'm hoping that they at least give Yukio something here, since Yukio is kind of considered the worst dimensional, really. I would think they would give him quite a bit of a boost here. Let's just see. With Phantom Strike, enhance the ability Phantom Strike. Damage is increased to 210%. So let's just see how much it usually does. With it increases it by 210%. Looks like originally it's 180. And then level 2 is at 190 and level 3 is at 200. So at level 2, so 210% at level 4 with the engravings. It looks like it's only going to provide a 10% increase in damage, which unfortunately is even, I think that's even less than Nakuburu and Arthur. I think they were at 20%. This is only at 10. So, yeah, it looks like Yukio's upgrades might even be worse here. So it looks like it's giving him crit though. So that's pretty good, I guess. It's only giving him 3 crit though. And yeah, these ones also giving him plus 3 crit here. And it looks like Swallow Swipe. Enhance the ability Swallow Swipe. Damage is increased to 320%. So let's see how much damage this one does. It looks like 250% originally. And then it looks like with the level 3, it increases it to 290%. So I think I said 320%, so it's increasing it by 30%. So this one's a little bit, the damage here, increase here is a little bit better than Arthur and Nakuburu. But overall, I don't think it's going to do a lot. It's not going to really provide a game changer for Yukio. And let's look at the Endeavor for Yukio. Looks like it's going to increase attack speed by 16.67, and it's going to crit, I believe this is crit damage amplification by another 16.67 here. So, not that bad, really, for the Endeavor. Keep in mind, now, this Endeavor, for pretty much any hero, it's going to take a lot to build. So, yeah, it's going to take a lot to build that. So, that's really mainly for maybe probably pay-to-win people. If you want to go for that free-to-play, that's going to take a long time to build, going for that free-to-play. I'd say it is possible to do that for free-to-play, but it's definitely going to take you a while. Okay, it looks like we have Ezio next here. Let's look at his first engraving skill for a smoke bomb. Enhance the ability Smoke Bomb. Enemies now lose 145 accuracy points. So it looks like enemies are going to lose quite a bit of accuracy points. Let's just see how many accuracy points they were able to lose before. So it looks like originally they would lose 105. And then level 2 looks like 120. Level 3, 135. So I think I said 145 for the first ability. I think it's at 140, yeah, 145, so they're losing an additional 10, looked like. So, definitely not that big of a change either. And it looks like he's gaining Life Leech for each star here. And it looks like the next one's Evasion. Enhance the ability Evasion. Ezio receives 6 dodge points every 1 second during the battle until 150 points are reached. So, if I look here at this one, Ezio receives 4 dodge points every 1 second during battles until 120 points are reached. And it looks like that's it, really. So he's gaining 2 dodge per second, and it's increasing the maximum by 30 points here. So that's kind of average, I guess. I mean, it's not the worst ability. More dodge is always good, so it's not bad, but it's not really that great, to be honest, either. I would definitely say the best ability was Arthur's second ability so far. And let's see Ezio's Endeavor. It looks like attack speed is at 16.67. It looks like HP is it's increased by 13.7%. So, yeah, not bad, just like all the other ones, not bad. I like that HP increase. Get something a little bit new. So Ezio's is kind of down there like all the other dimensionals, really. Let's move on to the Prince of Persia here. See if the Prince of Persia can provide anything better. Let's see, Wall Dive Attack. Enhance the ability Wall Dive Attack, and damage dealt is equal to 18% of enemies' max health, but cannot exceed 380% of Prince's attack rating. So it looks like they're going to be increasing the damage and the maximum amount of damage that he can do with this ability. Let's see. It looks like dealt, which is equal to 9% of their own max health, but shall not exceed 290% of Prince's own attack rating. Looks like at level 2, increases it to 12%, but can't exceed 320%, and at level 3, it looks like it increases to 15%, but it can't exceed 350% here. Let's go back to this ability. So, it's increasing it by 3% from 15% to 18%. It looks like it's also increasing the max by 30%. So doesn't really sound that bad. It's definitely not going to provide anything to Prince, but it's definitely not the worst that I've seen here, I don't think. It looks like, again, with each star, they're giving some life leech. Doesn't look like that much life leech either. Look at Concentrated Force. Enhance the ability Concentrated Force. Recovers up to 65 energy points. So, if I go back here, Prince immediately recovers 40 energy points. Looks like level 2 recovers up to 50 energy points, and level 3 recovers up to 60. So it looks like he's only getting 5 energy points. But more energy points is generally really good. I mean, he'll be able to ult faster, which means he'll be able to stun more. So it's not really that bad when you look at it, really. Yeah, it's only 5 energy points, but it's not really that bad either. So look at Prince's Endeavor here. Looks like a crit damage amplification is increased by 16.67, and HP is increased by 13.7%. So, yeah, providing some crit damage application and some HP. So not bad there with the Endeavor. They're definitely rewarding the pay-to-win players. I believe we're on Albedo next. Definitely rewarding the pay-to-win players with that Endeavor. Yeah, it's going to be mostly pay-to-win players that will actually use that Endeavor. The people that actually have a chance at PvP. So let's look at Albedo's first one here. Shield Lord. Enhance the ability Shield Lord. Damage is increased to 300%. So if I look at this one here, looks like originally it looks like it's at 220. And then level 2 is increased to 250. No, level 3 is increased to 280. So it looks like damage is increased by 20% with this engraving skill. A 300, yeah. And it looks like she gains accuracy with each star, so really good there. Really good amount of accuracy as well, 16.67. Looks, Hermes Trismegistus, I think that's called. Enhance the ability. If Albedo is dealt a critical strike, the attacker's attack ratings are reduced by 70%. So, it's reducing the attack rating of the attacker when Albedo is dealt a critical strike. It's reduced by 70%. So, let's see here. Attacker's attack ratings reduced by 30% for 5 seconds. And it looks like a level 3 attacker's attack ratings reduced by 50%. So it's reducing the attack rating by an extra 20%, which that actually sounds pretty good. It's reducing the attacker's attack rating by 70%, which that sounds like a pretty good ability. Probably won't provide a game changer for Albedo, but definitely sounds pretty good there. Let's look at Albedo's Endeavor here. I believe that's Tenacity. It's increasing Tenacity by 31.85, and it's increasing Defense by 37.04%. That sounds really good. That Defense, it sounds really good there. And also the Tenacity also sounds pretty good as well. That might be one of the best Endeavors I've seen from the Dimensionals. Albedo sounds pretty good there. And looks like next we have Ainz. So let's look at Ainz. I don't think Ainz really needs the engraving, but let's just see what his abilities have now. So the goal of all life is death. Enhance the ability. The goal of all life is death. Enemies lose 55% of their current health. So I believe it was 50. Yeah, enemy lose 50% of their current health at level 3. So it's only increasing it by 5%. But yeah, this ability is really powerful on its own with only 50%. That 5% is going to help a little bit, but it's not going to help a lot. And let's look at Steady Preparations. Enhance the ability Steady Preparations. Attack ratings increased by 7% per second, and defense ratings increased by 12% per second. So, let's see here what this ability had before. It looks like at level 2, attack ratings increased by 6%, and defense rating is increased by 10% per second. So it looks like from the level 2, it's increasing it by attack rating by 1%. It's increasing the defense rating by 2%, which it doesn't sound like that much to begin with, but if the battle lasts long enough, that 1% and 2% increase could provide a pretty big difference. So, honestly, not really that bad. And I want to look at what they get for each star they receive. Looks like it's crit damage application for Ein's. Let's look at Ein's Endeavor here. It's like PR is increased by 10.14 and attack is increased by 10%. So, yeah, pretty good there. Again, I don't think Ein's really needs it. Ein's can do a lot of damage without this. It's just providing just a tiny bit, which for Ein's it makes sense just to make it just a tiny bit, because considering he does a lot of damage already. Yeah, Ein's is probably one of the few heroes that I would say this the engraving Eternal Engravings doesn't need to make a big change to. So it looks like we have Queen here. Let's see what Queen's first ability does. Attack and defend. Enhance the ability attack and defend. Queen's crit rating is increased by 10%, and her defense rating is increased by 35% each time her attributes are increased. So, let's look at the ability here. Originally, it looks like crit ratings increased by 6%, and her defense ratings increased by 20%. And it looks like at level 2, crit rating is 8%, and defense rating is 25%. And then it looks like at level 3, crit rating's at 10%, and defense rating is increased by 30%. So if I go back to that ability, I think her crit rating doesn't change. Her defense rating changes by 5%, but I think the crit rating stays at 10%. Move back to this one. I believe that, yeah, crit rating is increased by 10%. So it looks like it only increases her defense rating by 5%. That is not a big increase in defense either. Only a 5% increase. This one might actually be one of the worst. This one might actually be one of the worst skills here. Increase in skills, only increasing defense by 5%. So it looks like it's also increasing the CBR with each star by 3. And let's look at this one. Miss Post-Apocalyptic Raider. Enhance the ability Miss Post-Apocalyptic Raider. Damage is increased to 220%. So let's look at this one. So it looks like originally it's 160%. And then at level 2 it's 180%, and then at level 3 it's at 200. So it looks like it's increasing it by 20%, the damage by 20% here with the engraving, which is pretty average across all the dimensionals, really. So, yeah, this one might be one of the worst ones. Queen might be one of the last ones to get her engravings, probably because of this only 5% defense rating here. Not even an increase in crit rating. Look at her Endeavor. Attack speed is increased by 16.67, and CBR is increased by another 10. So we get a CBR increase here, so it looks like we get 12. And then it looks like here we also get 10. So we get a total of 22 if we max out her Eternal Engravings here. Yeah, Queen might be one of the last ones to build here. We'll just have to see if a guide comes out about the dimensionals, in which order they say to build these engravings. Next we have Joker. Let's see what Joker can do here. Concentrated Fire. Enhance the ability Concentrated Fire. Deals 220% damage to combat target. So, if I go here, it looks like originally it's at 180%, and then at level 2 it increases it to 210%. and it looks like that's it there. So it looks like it's only increasing it by 10% from level 2. So yeah, it's kind of below average there. So it looks like not that great. And with each star, it looks like it's increasing attack speed by 5. So it looks like it's going to be increasing attack speed by a total of 20. Let's look at the all-out attack. Enhance the ability all-out attack deals 360% damage to all enemies. So yeah, let's look at the all-out attack. The all-out attack does a lot of damage on its own. So it looks like originally it's at 300%. Now at level 2 it deals 320. Now at level 3 it deals 340%. So at level 3 it's at 340. And this one is increasing it to 360. So it's increasing it by 20%. Again, this ability does a lot of damage on its own. It does a lot for Joker on its own. So increasing the damage isn't really that needed. Let's look at the Endeavor. Heroes of Vesperia here. IS is increased by 31.85 and attack is increased by 10%. So, again, pretty good there. Pretty good increase in those abilities there and those attributes. And I believe this might be the last dimensional here. We have Merlin, the newest dimensional, and also the only support dimensional here. So, let's look at his abilities. Karmic Law. Enhance the ability Karmic Law. Enemy loses health equal to 180% of Merlin's attack rating every second. So, that seems like quite a bit there. So it looks like originally they lose 150% of Merlin's attack rating. Now it looks like at level 2 they lose 170% here. So it looks like it's increasing it by 10%, which sounds on par about with all the other dimensionals. And yeah, that's about it there. Let's see here. It looks like it's gaining crit for each star that you add to Merlin. On my main account, I'll be able to get all these unlocked since I have all the dimensionals at 5-star. It looks like a Guardian Owl. Enhance the ability Guardian Owl. Damage received by ally while Merlin is in spirit form is reduced by 40%. So let's see what this one is. It looks like at level 2, damage received by an ally when Merlin's in spirit form is reduced by 30%. So it looks like it's increasing it by 40%, which really any damage mitigation is good. So any increase in that is pretty good to me. Increasing it from 30 to 40%. And let's look at his Endeavor here. Looks like HR is increased by 6.67 and HP is increased by 13.7. So, yeah, pretty on par, I guess kind of on par with, as well with the Endeavor. Might even be a little bit on the lower side, but, yeah. Let's see, I believe that is the last, yep, that is the last dimensional. So this is pretty much going to be the end of the video. I just wanted to look at all the engravings for the dimensionals, and I wanted to look at the island survival, since I didn't really do that in the last video. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment anything you want me to do in AFK Arena, and I might do it in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.